Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen, to this RGL Highlander Season 9 Week 5 matchup between Somebody Help and Yacht Club. I'm Zagron, and casting with me today is Voxday, and we have Dolphin behind the cam as usual. Voxday, how you doing today?
Yeah, doing great. It's going to be a fun night for some Highlander action. Two kind of up and coming teams. I don't know. Maybe I can use up and coming for one of them, but two teams that are going to be fighting for their spot this season. So I think we'll have a good one on our hands.
Yep, Somebody Help and Yacht Club are set up on PL Upward today, payload map. So first to 2 rounds wins when we're playing that. All could go all three, could go the distance. We'll have to see on that one. But yeah, as you mentioned, both these teams kind of sitting in the middle of the table. Yacht Club is more towards the lower end, while Somebody Help is actually a lot towards the higher end. Despite their 2-2 record, they're actually above 2-3-1 teams because of all the match points they keep taking, and they are currently sitting in, I think, the fourth and final playoff spot. So they're going to want to take a clean 2-0 here tonight and solidify them further in those standings.
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, it's a short season when you think about it in the long run, and match points will end up playing a huge part for those teams that kind of end up middle of the pack. So, for somebody help to take their third win on the season and to do it cleanly will help them a lot when you start to get towards the last couple of weeks and you're just trying to wrap up. Just try to guarantee yourself a spot for the Yacht Club. This might be their last chance, based on their record 1-3, to really find their way. Find their way there. You fall 1-4. It's pretty much done at that point. So this is kind of make or break for them.
Yeah, especially because of how competitive the middle of the table has been so far. We do have 3-3-1 teams and then Somebody Help, all competing for 3 spots left in playoffs. And yeah, things get really muddy in the middle. So if Yacht Club isn't able to take some match points back tonight, they're probably out of contention for the rest of the season. Meanwhile, Somebody Help, for them, they've already played the 2 bottom teams in the league and gotten their 3-0, their 3 full match points off them. So if they're able to take that off Yacht Club, beating the teams that are below you is always a necessity for getting yourself good playoff position. Upsets you get later or match points you get off of better teams, those are unreliable, and those, if you can get those, that's great. Those push you above and beyond, but you really just have to beat who's below you.
Definitely. When you're a team like somebody help, finding your way into first place is going to be a very, very tough spot. I'm talking like grand finals time, first place. So if you're able to, like you said, just beat the teams below you, guarantee yourself those match points, and then maybe sneak some match points over some of the top teams, you could solidify yourself a better seeding in the playoffs, which of course will affect your prize purse come the end of the year. So the regular season can matter a lot. I know sometimes players can get into the mindset of, oh, it's just regular season, we're just going to find our way into playoffs and figure it out then. But it could be the difference between some cash in your pocket. So absolutely want to go out there every week and really try your best.
Yeah, but with that, we have the rosters on screen right now, so we can run down those real quick. We do have about all 18 players in the server, so we might be getting started a bit earlier than the 15-minute start time that we're used to. But on Somebody Help, we're gonna have Biffle on Scout, Sunny on Soldier, American on Pyro, Country Toad on Demo Man, Caboose on Heavy, Wymeo on Engineer, Fleeble on Medic, Timeless on Sniper, and Emily on Spy.
Yeah, and for Yacht Club, we're going to have Blank on Scout, Telly on Soldier, Figsy on Pyro, DT on Demo, Willie on Heavy, Whack subbing in for Engineer, Bones on Medic, Shay bringing as well for Whale Mart, or subbing in, I should say, for Whale Mart, and Jeebus on Spy.
Yep, and both these teams have a lot of experienced Highlander players on their rosters going down. From the rosters, we can see American, Wymeo, Timeless, Emily, all these players have played for a while. Caboose is on the excuse me, on the other team. We're gonna have Figsy, Willie, Bonesaw, Shay, all longtime players as well. So definitely a lot of familiar faces in tonight for this match.
Yeah, and I think that's always really exciting when you have a good mix of players, those that have a lot of experience. Definitely the roster of somebody help. That is a deep a deep pool of some veteran players, which obviously will help them quite a bit when it comes to a map like Upward. And definitely for Yacht Club, they have those experienced members, and at the end of the day, I think these rosters are pretty even, but it depends on who's going to show up to play. Which version of Timeless are we going to see? Which version of Shay are we going to see? It's really going to come down to those players hitting their shots. But I'd say, like, overall, this is doable for Yacht Club, but maybe with a slight edge for somebody help.
Yeah, obviously we have to give the edge to somebody help based on the results we've seen so far throughout this season, and they do definitely look like a team that should be contesting for playoffs, if not solidifying their spot in with just one or two more good, decent matches to get points in. So they're going to be looking to get the win. Yacht Club, like we mentioned, if they pick any time to show up, tonight's the night they got to do it.
Yeah, and when you have teams that are relatively even, but you've got that edge for one, it becomes tough in terms of predictions, right? What you think is going to happen, because it is all or nothing. You can have a round that goes down to the last 2 seconds, but if somebody help are able to squeak it out, this could look like a 2-0 that played like a 2-1. So it's hard in terms of predictions, in terms of how the rounds are going to shake out. But giving the edge to somebody help, I do have to say, I'm going to give a cop out and maybe not predict a scoreline, but I think somebody help are probably going to take this one.
All right, I see you. I'm going to go opposite of that, where I'm going to be decisive. I'm going to say somebody help. We're going to 2-0 this one. I feel like they just have the stronger roster on paper for this season. I feel like they're on a hotter streak, and they're just going to be able to take this match. Maybe not necessarily handily. A round might get closer to. We know it's upward, so the thing about upward is 1 point can snowball into the rest of the map. And if Yacht Club can find that, that's how they get their round. But I think that somebody help are going to have this one unlocked tonight.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I guess just to be a contrarian, I'm gonna say 2-1 for somebody help, just so there's a little bit of a difference there. So there's an edge. But in terms of like the players I'm looking at right now, always got to take a look at the snipers, just because it's Highlander. It really doesn't matter what map it is. The snipers are going to be a very important. Oh, it looks like we are going to be going live, so we're going to get into this quickly. Somebody helps starting on defense, and Yacht Club on the offense on blue side. But obviously got to look at the snipers, see how that's going to shake out. I'm also excited, just from a personal note, to see American go in and frag. I kind of want to see what version of American, if it's going to be just the classic aggro pyro, or if there's something a little different, if he's mellowed out a little bit in his I don't want to say old age, but veteran years of TF2.
If he's old age, what are we? I started playing season 11. I'm a grandpa in that regard. And there's way older people too, but either way, we are going to be dropping the gates in 30 seconds here. We got crit stickies on the right side, pretty standard. We mentioned Yacht Club on offense to start out. It means they're setting the pace early on. They get to kind of dictate how fast they want to go, what pushes they think they're able to take. If they want to try and get aggressive early, go for snowballs, bombs, whatever. So as the underdog team, I think that's good. If you have something up your sleeve, you can try and launch it out of the gate, get a really good offense time, and then put yourselves in position to kind of, not necessarily cheese, but like sneak in that first round.
Yeah, come out of the gate and smack them in the mouth, show them something they haven't necessarily seen before. Oh.
He just air blasted the crit sticky onto Wax as he's clearing a different one, so that's some ringer courtesy right there.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Well, yeah, Shay is also going to lose the initial sniper duel. We have a jump in. Nothing doing there for Yacht Club. An attempt was made. Shay gonna go down second time. Gonna be tough to take Timeless off of his perch, but that's where you gotta have your spy also maybe try to come in calm and maybe snag a backstab.
Yeah, now we have the cart getting up to the middle of that wooden kind of cut in the ground right there. Cart's gonna be moving through with Wax on top of it, and now we're gonna see, it looks like so Yacht Club want to try and move their medic out right side here. They're going to be walking. It is being called by Emily, so they know it's coming.
Oh!
And Shay's gone down early to an SVS, although Fleebo got dropped. Jeebus found that drop. I was not looking at that, so this is a free Uber for Yacht Club. It's exactly what they need. Props to Jeebus for finding that one, and now we're going to see somebody have to leave immediately. Everyone's getting out as fast as they can here.
Yeah, American tried to do a little bit in terms of air blasting the Uber, but definitely once you lose your medic, that hold was gone, so they're going to get set up. Good thing for them is Mio didn't go down, so she can start working on that sentry. It's actually still level 3, so no work needed, but we'll see. I mean, the cliff right now is being held by Yacht Club pretty well. This is defensive maneuvers for somebody help.
Gun got sapped just now by Jeebus, and it went down because of that, so great timing there as his team is pushing over the hill. Jeebus has been playing phenomenally through 2 points so far, and with that, somebody help without Uber, without a gun. They're already back in their spawn. It looks like they're trying to build this up, maybe go for a re-push out, but they don't have any forward position, and now Yacht Club are going to try and camp this bit. Sticky Trap misses, and this is second snowballed immediately, just off of Jeebus's place.
Yeah, and the transition is important for somebody help. Don't want to lose too many members or a crucial member in transition. Looks like they're going to be fine. A couple are going to stay back. Right now, Sunny is just holding. Oh, just waiting for a back spawn. Emily is behind the cart right now. Could go in for a stab, but looks like just calming. Bonesaw could be vulnerable, but he's pushing up, and I think the Spy is not going to be a threat for a little while.
Speaking of Spy, Jeebus found a stab onto Timeless again, so another amazing pick, and Spy on defense going down means you can get as aggressive as you want early on, so Timeless got put in a 17-second respawn timer. It's almost expired by now, but we see Yacht Club, they're almost up the hill, and they're going to get ready to trade here in a second.
Yeah, 100% for both sides. Got to make sure if you're Fleeble that you're protected, you don't go down to the Spy yet again. Jeebus is actually coming in, but I think Caboose is protecting,
hard for Spy to fit in there.
Yeah, definitely.
The cart got up this ramp almost uncontested right now. They have Willie on cart with a fist, pushing that one through that first loop, and now he's going to get onto the edge. Emily going to be trying to get some stabs, get these people off the cart, but it's pretty uncontested right now. Blank's almost got it up the second ramp here. Emily's decloaking, gets found out. Emily going to go down, and which got the kill because of the fire, but we do have Uber trade coming out in main here. Pyro v Demo, Uber out on the front lines. Demo getting blasted all the way into that C-Shack with his heavy, actually, so American funneling them in there, and they're going to get the kills on those players. Now we see Jeebus decloaking, it's headshot right before he can backstab onto Country Toad. So a couple kills being traded in those Ubers, but overall not much ground has been earned.
Yeah, clutch shot by Timeless there. Keeping your Demo alive is huge. That C-Shack, the fight being won by somebody help there, which has helped them out massively. They are still bleeding a couple of members. They can hold this, but they got to make sure that they don't lose any more. Ubers are still even, so they're both teams in an okay spot, and I think somebody help or just trying to stabilize. Timeless getting back up is going to be important, though, because the threat of a sniper is huge on defense.
Yep, and now we have more players on the card. We got Blank and Shay trying to get this up the final. Hell, would be big if they could get up there without any contention. So many help are nowhere to get that stalled, and they are going to get this cart almost capped. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but somebody help lost like 3 players. They couldn't get on the cart in time. I think there was a bucket push, and then all of a sudden the point got capped up without Uber, so now both men's on 90%, and somebody help are backed up to last.
Yeah, and already taking upper is Yacht Club. They're looking great here. Even if they, just to deny the space from somebody help is huge. Wax is going to go down. It's not going to matter too much on the grand scheme, but an Uber being used to try to take upper. American charging forward with his medic. But Bonesaw at 100%, so they're going to get re-pushed in just a second. But this is not always an easy point to Uber off of. Fleeble going down might seal it, but Wymeo building up that gun towards spawn could be the last line of defense.
They are really pushed upper with his soldier, and they actually forced the Uber out of somebody help early. Bonesaw got to keep his until later, and they got a free Uber push in, right after it ended. So Yacht Club had perfect positioning there, and they are pushing this all the way around the last bend. Jumping top left is Telly, getting a lot of kills and damage. Wymeo goes down, and the cart's getting pushed in just like that. All 4 points captured in 5 minutes, and that's a blazing fast time from Yacht Club that I'm not sure many people were expecting. I know we weren't.
Yeah, that is incredibly impressive, and it all comes down to that drop. Oh, I don't want to say all of it, but a good portion of that time is saved on first and second. The spawn waves, the sack waves right at the beginning didn't find much. It's Jeebus coming in with that clutch backstab, and they're just able to roll that into first and second. Somebody helped, never able to stabilize their hold on second, never got the personnel there. Third was their best hold, but unfortunately it just wasn't long enough, and again they lost third and they got steamrolled into last. So 5 minutes, that is an excellent time.
I want to point out here that there has been exactly one Uber v Uber exchange, and that was the only fight that somebody help came out ahead in. Every other time, Yacht Club, they either found a drop onto Jeebus's drop on first. That's big. It helped him snowball. He got a sap on the gun. And then somebody helped didn't want to go off Uber to try and defend second. That's fine. Sometimes you get snowballed through second. But if you can stabilize on third, that's all well and good. They stabilized on third for a second, but then Yacht Club pushed in again off Uber right before either med could get it. And they just took space in bucket, took space forward, and snowballed the final 2 points off of it. So Yacht Club does a fantastic job in that round of making the pushes they want work, even when it's not the traditional pushes. So even if we think they're not the favorite team coming out here just based on how well the team's been performing, they've been playing this match exactly like they need to win.
Yeah, it's been very impressive as a, just my first sight of this team. But I mean, now if you're somebody help, you can play this a little free, a little loose. That can be both good and bad. If you're a team that has very good chemistry, you might be able to roll this. If your team's going to flail a little bit, then you're probably just going to be running into a brick wall over and over as you try to beat that time. Shay going down is a good pick. Timeless finds another DT. That's
Watch
the
for
demo.
Jeebus decloaking. He's gonna get Timeless, and he's trying to get Boost, and he gets him. That's a 2K from Jeebus. But the Ubers are being traded in the front lines right now. We see Figsy actually stuffing Fleeble. Figsy pushing Fleeble back into her own team, and Fleeble's caught out. Fleeble gonna go down as well. Great play by Figsy there. Sapper not gonna get the gun, gonna get the telly instead, and they're trying to clean up frags right now. We see Yacht Club, they are 9 alive. They didn't lose anyone in that post, and somebody help are reeling. They have to reset and go again later.
Yeah, the telly pick can be huge, but if everybody is up and ready to go at the front lines, it's not going to make too much of a difference. So, I mean, it's 9v9 now. No Uber, of course, for either side. So somebody help. They really need to get on this now. Otherwise, they've already lost this round. And that's really what you're working with when you allow the other team to set up a 5-minute time. You have like 1 or 2 chances for mistakes. After that, it needs to be perfect. Figsy going down could be an opening,
Jeebus,
but
though,
so much more to find.
Oh, he can't find anything this time. So yeah, Figsy and Jeebus down. This is a numbers advantage for somebody help. They're going to jump onto playground here, trying to get some damage down onto the staircase. Emily going to get Shay as well, so no sniper to work with. They're going to enforce it on the gun. This is somebody help's chance. They have all the positioning they need. They're trying to wipe as many players as they can. Willy, Wax, and Bonesaw all going to go down, and that's exactly what they needed. A 3K right now for Emily with that enforcer, and somebody help should be able to get second off this. They need to.
Yeah, Bonesaw still on a 15-second respawn, so even if you wanted to sniff this, you're not going to have your medic for a while. ×3 on the cart, that's exactly what you're going to need all the way through, and look at the
Telly's
space
in behind the
already
banner.
taken.
He's off the cliff.
Oh, oh yeah, there that goes. Oh, well, hold on. Fleeble right now, there's a spy behind her going in. American.
Great job by American there, know the timing. That's the only thing that can stop your push. We saw on the tracks, Timeless got the snipe onto Willy, so Yacht Club trying to push out on tracks, which is what you should do if you want to contest second. They shouldn't be contesting second here. You know you have 2.5 minutes left to go until you win this round. Just go back to third here, keep all your players alive. They have a couple spawners coming up. They should be able to stabilize on third, but Bonesaw's on that big Uber disadvantage. Fleeble was healing that entire time, so somebody help get a shot at a free Uber versus no Uber push here.
Yeah, and the one thing that's really difficult here for somebody help is how long it takes that carton to get into position, because you want to try to use this Uber ad while you have it, but if you don't play this right, you can wipe, I don't want to say wipe, but you can get a couple of picks, get your Uber off, which is going to happen now. We'll see if ultimately they're able to get the cart in position to be capped after, but they've lost Sunny, they've lost American. Yeah, they got nothing from that Uber. The gun is still up. I mean, the cart's moving forward, but that might not be enough at this point.
Yeah, they just couldn't get any damage onto key targets there, and the gun is now level 3, fully upgraded, so good stabilization from Yacht Club here. They now have 100% Uber on the defense. Timeless gonna get jumped on by Telly and taken out. He will lose his life in exchange for that one, though. Cart just barely doesn't get up the second bend, as we see Blank there wiping 2 before... Oh, he gets the pack, so Blank is alive, so Blank, great job defending that cart from the pushers of somebody help, and now it's just a spy trying to edge it here. We see Caboose and the combo for somebody help trying to push up the ramp a bit. Yacht Club still have this Uber to worry about, though.
Yeah, they've got 100%, 30 more, 25 for Fleeble. I think right now, when you're somebody help, you've got to find a way to get in and try to force this Uber off before you have to use yours. There's under a minute left. The Uber comes in from behind. They could choke them off in the U-turn, but the Uber comes up just in time for somebody help. They're going to use it, try to get forward, try to take down players. They don't find many yet again, but the gun's going to go down. 45 seconds to take last. This is still possible, but they're going to have to find a lot of picks very quickly.
It's going to come down to an off-Uber fight for the point, where you see both teams live that Uber with about 7 to 8 players alive, so no one really wanting to throw away their life there, just save it all for last. This is the last chance that somebody help have, and they're running out of time. It's 30 seconds. They have to keep the cart moving the entire time, and they have to get kills while doing it.
Yeah, 20 seconds remaining. This is going to be so tough. Time's
a lot of kills
going.
are there right now, though. So Yacht Club are down 3 already, and there's a soldier in on top of them. Sunny isn't going to go down, though. Cart's still ×3. It's 10 seconds. These NG and Scout needs to stay alive. ET going to go down, but there's American and Wymeo dropping. Biffle needs to stay alive to get the cart pushing. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Is it enough? 1 second. They have to close. Not in time. Oh, they lost that round by 1 second.
No. 4 minutes 58. That was the time set by Yacht Club. If that was 5 minutes on the dot, this would have been somebody else's or somebody helps round and somebody else's. That is as close as it can get. That is absurd.
We knew leaving third that time is technically possible. It takes about 45 seconds for the cart to get all the way from third point to last point if it moves nonstop. It almost moved nonstop there. They kept all their players on the cart for the longest time. They had their scout NG times 3ing it. At the very brink, their NG got killed, and Biffle stayed alive with 1 HP. That scout 2x time was almost the difference maker there, but one player more was needed when that engineer went down to get that cart in. They found tons of kills on the entry. They pushed into tiles and got the 3 early picks, and then they had their soldier jump in. Sunny did a great job getting damage and distraction onto the combo of Yacht Club, but it was just 1 second too short. That is brutal for the side of Somebody Help.
And it's just those little things that add up, right? Like the one frag that you missed, or just a little bit of hesitation when you execute some strategy or go in. I mean, let's say even the first Uber that somebody helped used whenever they tried to take third. If that goes a little bit better for them, they might have been able to take that without having to wait for another Uber. And that's just the way it goes. Credit to Yacht Club, absolutely. I mean, we came into this kind of expecting it to go Somebody Help's way, and it absolutely still could. But I think that they've impressed me. It's not just the fact that they took the round, but that they did so in 5 minutes. It worries me about what we'll see on defense for the teams going forward, but you never know what to expect. I've seen 5-minute times and then immediately followed up with like a 12 to 14-minute disaster. But for Somebody Help, they need to try to set another quick time, because I don't know if you can trust your defense.
I'll get on that in a second, but right now we have stats on the screen. It was a very short half, 10-minute half in total. Only 3 people broke double-digit kills, 1 kill a minute, obviously. We had both snipers doing it. It's Sniper, that's fine. Timeless had a great performance, even though Somebody Help didn't win. We'll see, who is that? That's American on Pyro, actually, from Somebody Help, got a bunch of kills, and he definitely was playing very well. So we are getting that fragging American that you said you wanted to see. But the logs aren't that important for this one because, again, short half. The points were very decisive. Like, it's very clear what each team did good and bad. If you're Somebody Help here, you're wondering, at this point, we win that round if our medic doesn't get dropped by a spy on first. We can give props to Jeebus for finding it. It's not easy to find it, but in the end, it's on the defense to stop the spy from doing that. The spy should really never get that stab unless something happens for the defense to let him through a crack, right? So for that, Somebody Help, they're thinking, okay, well, we're good here. Sure, we dropped the match point, but we know we can push this map in 5 minutes without a med drop. So all we have to do is stop our med from dropping.
Yeah, definitely. That's a fair point. You have one unmitigated disaster, really, which kind of separated these two teams, and that. I don't need to sum it up better than you just said it. So, I mean, going forward then for Yacht Club, I mean, what are you hoping for? I mean, this definitely has to bolster your morale. You've definitely got to know, like, okay, if there was any doubt going into it, this is definitely going to silence that if you're chilling in that mumble or that Discord. So I mean, you got to hope that some of your players do continue to find those picks, whether it be Jeebus or if Shay. Actually, let me take a look at Shay's numbers. 10 and 8, not bad. Like, if Shay can continue to have a consistent, a good performance, just find that clutch pick, that one medic pick somewhere, that could be the difference for your team as well. So I think both teams have a lot to look forward to in this next half, and hopefully this means we'll be sent into an overtime, a tiebreaker for a third half.
Yeah, for Yacht Club, though, like you mentioned, this does lift some weight off their shoulders. We got the round we need. If we can close this 2-0, that'd be exactly what the doctor ordered for our playoff chances. Part of them thinking, yeah, we got the drop, sure, but they're thinking we can still push this. We still did that in 5 minutes without a drop that adds 1 Uber onto it, right? Like 1 more Uber exchange. That's a minute to a minute 20, depending on how fast it takes to set it up and walk up. So for them, they're still thinking we have a good shot on upward. We can push this. Yeah, our defense was rough, and that's what they have to work on right now, is work on holding Somebody Help out, make sure you don't get snowballed on second like they did. You can say, like, yeah, they did back up on third with 7 players alive. If it's a more competitive round where you feel like you do need the time, no matter what, you throw all the players on card just to stall and get respawners up. Try to get as many kills as you can. So everyone's going to have to play different now. It's an entirely different ball game. Like, yeah, there is a 1-0 lead for Yacht Club, but this is a fresh round completely. Like, everything that happened last round, the medic drop like 5 seconds out of the gate changes how the entire round plays out. Now that that's different, everything's different.
Yeah, if you're somebody help right now, I think you're trying to look for a sub 7-minute time, just because you know that in the fragging department you have the edge, and you didn't need any kind of major pick to get there in 5 minutes. So I think you're looking for a sub 7-minute time. I think at that point you're still feeling relatively confident in your defense. For Yacht Club, you know, I didn't really get a chance to diagnose exactly what went wrong for them. It didn't look like they made any like huge blunders or big mistakes. It's just, this is the nature of payload, right? Things kind of fall apart, and sometimes you get snowballed. Other times the spawns are in your favor. The fact that Bonesaw had an 18-second respawn from first to second could be one of the major differences why you're unable to try to even sniff a defense on second. So we'll see how things shake out as the doors fall.
Yeah, that diagnosis, I'm going to give it a doesn't know how to back out of first properly, because we saw 7 players spontaneously combust at the bottom of the hill. Normally when you're like, okay, we got our first defense, we forced out their Uber, we're just like, get out of there, get the second hold, it's better than the first hold. Not doing that, they kind of dug themselves into a hole there. But either way, we do see the sack come in, no kills going on the side of somebody help, 3 players drop, that's a-okay. Jeebus actually got caught out this time, so not going to have any spy pressure going forward for the side of Yacht Club, and that means no comms as well.
Yeah, just having your spy, just the presence can be good enough, and you know, just so everyone's aware, while everyone else is panicking and trying to find frags, your spy can just be cool and calm. Timeless is going to fall to a pipe from DT, and that could also open things up for Shay. Although, let's see exactly where Shay is standing. Oh, closer to the gun, so not really aggressive. I would love to see some aggression with the other sniper down.
He's trying to peek through tracks right now. We're going to see Jeebus go down again, so spawn die for the spy of Yacht Club, so no more picks for him, at least for a short while, as the Ubers are going to get popped up here in the front lines. We got Demoman versus Pyro solos popping off. Telly and Jeebus go down immediately, so without that soldier, there's no one to pop banner in post. We see Amara Figsy walking forward, burning down Country Toad, so no Demoman on the side of somebody help. He's their only casualty, though. Looks like they want to try and re-push here up on top, but Sunny gets mulched down by Willie on that playground area. Biffle trying to walk forward, but Shay gonna snipe down his heavy. Caboose goes down. Wymo does find cleanup onto Figsy, and Jeebus has spawned and died for a 3rd time, but we don't have any ground gain quite yet. It's gonna have to be a dry push.
I'm impressed by Shay so far, finding picks and just kind of being a nuisance, staying alive, and that's as much as you can do. On fire right now, and it looks like the ground being taken by somebody help is going to be enough. This is a good back out for Yacht Club.
Toad's in, trying to get some damage in. They do get a stab onto Willie, and revolvering down. Telly is Emily, so that's 3 kills they have to walk forward with. They do lose their demo, but a lot of space on hill is currently had for the side of somebody help.
Yeah, so Wax got that level 1 sentry. Caboose looking to take it down. He does. As Jeebus gets a backstab there on the
stabbed.
Well, I don't know. I guess maybe you put that in Shay's favor. He played the distraction, little bait and switch as Jeebus gets the backstab. But this second hold doesn't look like it's really formalizing. Wax trying to build the sentry now closer to spawn. The gun goes down, yeah. And as the cart just continues to push forward.
Yeah, we see the cart's almost around that final bend before it hits the point, and both mets have Uber, but no one's really in a position to use it here. Yacht Club don't want to try and walk out. They think they're too late. They're just going to save their Uber, not contest this one, and head all the way back to 3rd. We did see some kills go over that would have helped them, but just not enough for them to warrant walking out of that spawn door. So we are through 237 through 2 points right now for somebody help. It's a good pace for them.
Yeah, Jeebus sitting over on this towards the catwalk, gonna decloak. Does Timeless have headphones? Let's find out. Oh, I don't think Timeless had sound, but Sunny saying that the Uber does get used from somebody help, and they're getting absolutely nothing with it. I haven't been totally impressed with these Ubers that they've been using. American at the last second finds his path into Bonesaw and does force out the Uber. So it wasn't completely lost, but still not getting as much as they would have hoped from that Uber.
Yeah, they Ubered early there before the cart was even on that wooden platform roller coaster, so clearly they just wanted to do a trade to distract while the cart got up there, and the cart is rounding that second to last bend as Telly's going to jump on it, try and force the scout off, going to have to retreat for now. Cart got to about where they want it, so now it's about waiting, building the Uber, catching some spies out. Jeebus going to go down this round. I feel bad for him. He's had such a bad round so far after such a good first one, but that's spy sometimes. Although Timeless winning that SVS onto Shay is going to give them some room to move up.
Yeah, absolutely. The better you do on Spy, everyone just gets heightened and aware afterwards. So Jeev is suffering from his own success right now. Emily looking to decloak, but not really positioned to do it. Uber coming out for Fleeble, yeah, using it right now. And this is going to be huge. Look at all the frags coming down right now. They've got to try to get that gun. It should
People
be
just
down
walk out from inside of the gun. That's hilarious. And they're going to actually be able to spam that one gun with down with Sunny spamming rockets at it. And 5 kills went in the favor of somebody help there. Blank trying to defend Cart, but going to get scattergun to the low ground by Biffle. Not able to get anything done, getting a revolver down. And although Timeless and Country Toe have gone down, Fleeble just got stabbed. There we go. Jeebus finding his impact, dropping that medic all the way to the ground. And now they have some space to work with, although there is a lot of pushing forward. Disjointed. Cart gets capped up on third while there's players fighting in tiles.
Yeah, Sunny's gonna win that over Telly after being taken down low by American. We'll see if this is enough for somebody help to hold tiles, but I don't know if it is. Sunny doing a lot of work there on Soldier, trying to give his team position. And I think tiles ultimately will likely go for somebody help, which can be huge in that in this last push.
Telly did get a kill through the window onto Timeless though, so no sniper to hold it means you can get contested, and Shay is up on that sentry gun looking to get some peeks through. We see somebody help dropping out of the window now forward. We want to see Country Toad getting onto that shutter, spawn camping with stickies. Jeebus finds the stab onto the scout, which is big for cap time. It's just Caboose on there, Soul Heavy trying to defend it. We got a mini sentry top left as Emily gonna go down, American gonna go down to that sniper. Wax's mini is doing some cleanup. Wymeo goes down, and there's Wax on the cart punching someone. Caboose going down, and the cart is defended for now, but Bonesaw's up, Fleeble's up. There's gonna charge Uber. Fleeble's not up any longer. Blank gonna run in there and clean him up in the middle of 3 of his teammates. So great play by Blank there to give his med a full Uber advantage.
Yeah, this is looking rough now for somebody help. I mean, obviously they've set 426 through 3. That's not a bad time. Honestly, kind of on pace where they were in the last one, but back to the respawn room after Fleeble going down means we're going to see this time inflate just a bit more. Gotta wait for that Uber. I don't know how exactly they're going to find a way to force Bonesaw. You could take your Soldier and try to jump up the drop down, but look at that, 4 members down for somebody help. They're bleeding bodies. Fleeble got to make sure that she stays alive, otherwise, somebody help just kind of sitting there and waiting.
I feel like that was just a sack play. They ran 4 combo class through the staircase. You're gonna die there, and they had their medic charging in the stairwell area, the spiral area, so that's fine. You do risk the defense going aggressive on you, but clearly they don't think that was a problem. They weren't worried about it. That was just their play. And Fleeble gonna be up on Uber in just a second here. All 18 players are alive. Push is gonna pop off here in just a second.
They lose Biffle right before they're probably thinking about using this Uber. Country Toad spamming some sticks, going up, takes down Shay. Uber being used by both sides, yeah. And we'll see, it does slightly favor Yacht Club, but they don't want to get aggressive with it. They want to keep their hold, and they know that they've done enough to keep them in somebody help in the lower area. And I don't know, this post-Uber trade not going anyone's favor just yet, but it looks like it might be. I actually don't know.
Yeah, I managed to keep control of tiles there. They backed off the staircase and got in. American WM warning forward. Gonna think better about that one for instance, the Sentry's perspective. Never mind, gonna do it anyway. WM warning American is on the enemy medic, and gets taken down. Not gonna be able to get that burn damage either. Degreaser does 2 little afterburns, so not successful there. Fleeble,
Neo?
Oh, Neo? Trying to punch, okay. That's the sack there. Fleeble went down in post again for somebody help there, so they just were trying to go for the Uber Force, or the medic kill. They needed to do something to make it so they weren't waiting for another full minute, and it was not successful. So Fleeble dying in post has been a really bad thing. That said, Biffle gonna run forward and actually get the Force by chipping Willie down to 1 HP, so good play by Biffle there to equalize that Uber disad.
Yeah, Fleeble now at about 60%, so a good add. Like you said, good play by Biffle. 3 down for Yacht Club. I don't think that's going to matter too much at the moment. Just waiting for Fleeble to get the Uber. I think they might be able to grab tiles here. The sticks from DT are going to be the big deterrent. But I think American Caboose finding their way up. Figsy going in.
He's gonna spend the cart though. Look at Biffle. Biffle's just capping it.
Oh wow!
No, there's 18 tiles alive and he's capping it.
What?
There was like 16 players alive, and he just stood there and capped it. They were so reliant on Wax's Sentry. Wax's Sentry got killed immediately, and then there's nothing watching the cart. Like, okay, 820, a bit below average, but really interesting how he came to that.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's basically a spy cap as a scout, like just nobody paying attention. Well, yeah, 818 not ideal for somebody help. This is still holdable. I mean, like we discussed during the half. I don't want to call it a fluke, but it was one pretty tragic play that started that was the catalyst for somebody help finding their 458 time. You tighten things up, you make sure Fleeble stays alive, which was a challenge, but it was offense, so don't necessarily want to read too much into it. But yeah, this is doable, but I was really hoping for sub 7 for somebody help to take this into a third half.
Yeah, they just weren't able to get their pushes to work. Like, yeah, sometimes on upward points like 3rd and 4th, you're thinking, okay, on average it takes like 2 Ubers to take it. 1 Uber, you'll most likely get position. Second one, you go for the finishing blow on the point. Every time there they did their initial trade on 3rd and 4th, their medic got killed in post, which just extends that Uber cycling time by another minute each time, which is where we see that extra like minute and a half come from. That the reason they didn't get the 7-minute time is because they had to keep waiting for Uber longer than they should have. So this bad post from them culminating that time that's below average. But that said, it still is doable. You mentioned it. This is a time they can push, especially if they don't lose their medic to a spy on first. So gonna be looking to do that one here in just a second.
Not gonna lie, even though I knew DT was gonna die, a little part of me was like, just get the couple of sticks under Fleeble's feet.
Jeebus went for the Joe cloak. Gunna saw him, couldn't get it.
Well, Timeless just coming up on the respawn. I don't think Shay really was able to take advantage of the fact that the enemy sniper's down. We got the Uber U's actually charging forward is DT. We got American pushing everyone back. So the Uber going, I guess, in the favor of somebody help. Just the fact that they
Country Toad jump peeked the hill for damage and got headshot. Shay, fantastic pick there. Timeless gonna get him one back, but the defensive Bellman being down is a very big deal. Now Yacht gonna try and walk forward this. Somebody help is out. They're backing all the way. Demoman and DT not gonna find anything by himself, but that is first captured up in short order for Yacht Club.
Yeah, and for Yacht Club, I think you're just happy to get the Ubers out of the way. First can be such a bear to push, and you already got through that. I think you're pretty happy getting through that cleanly and relatively easily. You have even Ubers. You didn't lose too many bodies, or you didn't lose your medic during that, which is always good. Now it's just time to move that cart into a position, wait for that Uber to go.
Play on the medic. Fleeble gets rocketed. Great play there. He gets Country Toad too. Telly with a 2K on his bomb from the side cliff. And with that, we're going to see Yacht Club look to walk forward on this hill. They do get wax in return, but that's not the trade you need.
Yeah, that is a just great coordination there from Yacht Club. Yeah, the gun goes down. They already need to back out to third. Bonesaw at 100%. This is always that awkward time because you have 100% ad, but using it right away doesn't mean that you're going to cap third because of the long cap time between second and third and all the ramps, etc., etc. So, I mean, great position for Yacht Club regardless. I just don't know. I don't think this ad is going to be something they carry forward, but we'll see how aggressive they want to be and if they can find a way to hold the hill.
Jeebus decloaking on Country Toad. No one was watching for that. He's decloaked right in front of the house. Free Dolan pick and doesn't even die for it. So now no stickies. They could look to go with this Uber and take control because there's no stickies they have to clear. It looks like they're going to do that.
Oh, yeah, and here comes the Uber.
Oh, he surfed it back onto the cliff. It's a solo heavy Uber. Not the most ideal. Not going to find much.
Oh, might get the gun.
Though. Got kills.
Willie goes down to Timeless afterwards. They did find the gun. Telly is going to fall. Mio stays alive. She's going to start getting that gun back.
Shay just walked off the cliff.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, well, good thing, the aim is still there because, unfortunately, you don't want to be... you need to be generally aware of your surroundings. Mio does go down, actually. Jeebus gets a backstab onto the NG, so no gun for a while. Fleeble having 100%, though, does mean that there's a good chance to still hold this. But Mio, 10 seconds on the respawn and the long time to build up to level 3. Yacht Club could definitely take advantage of this.
Timeless with a 5K, got the headshot into Willie. No heavy means lack of a lot of HP in your pool for Yacht Club. They're trying to get Shane angle on the roller coaster here as they're pushing the cart up. Can't find anything quite yet. Is Blank going to go down? Telly has to back up, taken very low. Caboose holding that bucket. So there is room right now for somebody help to work with. They have Uber. Both teams have Uber. And now we see Yacht Club trying to walk this one up here. They're going to get forced in the middle of the enemy team. It's a counter onto American, taking the solo out, trying to airbus people back. Figsy takes a flash and pushes them in return. It's all about the bucket post, but Sunny going to get piped down by DT. Figsy trying to get some damage down, but gets cleaned up by Biffle. It's a post bomb in, trying to get some damage in, and the Sea House fight is popping off. Scout v Scout. It's close. Biffle gonna end up winning that one, and it's a big numbers ad for the side of somebody help, but Cart is getting pushed. It gets taken down by Timeless.
And I'm not 100% sure on that Uber used by somebody help. I know that you want to get a chance to maybe take down their medic, but it just didn't look like they had the personnel to do it.
Oh,
Oh,
that bang's
Timeless
big.
coming up so clutch. Right now, he's just taking everyone down on the cart. Blank might finally be able to bring it up. And yeah, it's gonna find its way up and capping third. But I wish they could have held onto that Uber a little bit more and then tried to collapse when cart got pushed. But we're so far past that now. Mio on a long respawn could mean this gun has some time before it gets up. Ubers are even, and 330 for Yacht Club to push last.
Yep, 330 for 1 point for Yacht Club to take the clean 2-0. They got 3 chances to do it, especially because this Uber is about to be ready, so they have a lot of chance to make this work. Jeebus going for the decloak early, not going to find that pick. Would have been clutch to get that demo man early, but looks like it's going to be at a normal Uber versus Uber. The thing about somebody help right now is they're kind of split. They're heavy stuck on low ground here, and they're going to lose Emily as well after that shot stab onto Shay. Walking up the back stairs is the Pyro trying to get a force, and Figsy gets that force on the front lines. Banner is popped out in response by somebody help trying to get some frags in. They will. Telly and Figsy going down, and that's a hold for now.
Yeah, this is this is not a bad hold for somebody help. They have their players in tiles. Mio has that gun built up. This is exactly what you need for a last hold for Upward, although Caboose and Biffle falling early is a problem, but Timeless on a 9k picks up DT, Telly falls as well. So a couple frags back in the favor of somebody help. 230, they have to hold this. But I don't know, this could be another one that ends up pretty tight.
Caboose there was trying to Fist of Steel underneath to meet up with his team in tiles. Unfortunately, got caught up by 3 people. In the end, though, it was good because he baited the Demo Man and Heavy into his pick classes, so he traded up there. Unfortunately, Caboose still isolated from the rest of his combo. Going to be playing over with the level 3 gun that Wymeo now has built up. So both meds on Uber once again. Going to be going for this trade. There is 2 minutes left on the clock.
And right now, I feel like while you're waiting for the Ubers, we have 100% for either side. Fixie, yeah, goes in first. Country Toad
they
goes
dropped
down.
Demo Man.
Yeah, that could be huge. Otherwise, right now, the last dregs of this Uber being used by somebody help. They want to clean up, and they do find 4 players. Yacht Club losing a lot of members. There's another great job by Sunny and American. That's just, and great flashing too by Fleeble. Always gotta shout out the medic. Wax has an aggressive mini sentry. I think is gonna go down pretty quickly. Minute and a half. As the remaining players for Yacht Club bleed out. Blink walks in upper, gets a good meat shot onto Fleeble.
Rocket too. Fleeble's very low. Can't get a sandwich though because Caboose is still isolated. They cannot get their heavy across here, so gonna have to wait for the pack. Timeless though, he's been standing up top and been an absolute menace. An 11k now for Timeless, completely standing tall and buying his team some space. Caboose trying to throw a sandwich out, needs to try and get to his team. Not gonna be able to do it quite yet, and this is a reset again. Although Fleeble is having a 40% Uber ad, Emily gonna find DT off his spawn, so DT spawn and die. Gonna need to get back on that one. And there's Jeebus finally shutting down Timeless. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, just another decloak right behind him. Maybe loud comms, maybe no headphones. I don't know, but Timeless does get picked there. Shay is up top.
They're gonna try and banner Uber here. They got Bonesaw. Emily stabbed Bonesaw, 97%. And this is a free Uber, that's why they did it. It's free Uber. They're gonna walk forward, try to get some kills. They do find Willie, not much else. And they're gonna get repushed on the backstairs. Blank running in, trying to find it, gets Saws, feeds 25%. Another bomb in Telly, but American with the reflect, gonna keep his men alive for now, but Telly has no one left. Or Fleeble has no one left, gonna get taken down. And that is now upper held by Yacht Club. This is what they need.
Yeah, this is tough. 20 seconds, and Yacht Club have all the positioning, all the bodies, everyone on, and I think this is going to be it. Timeless is going to come out, try to charge up a headshot, but I can't. Oh my god.
I have so much admonishment. I don't know, that may be the word. I can't think right now. A minute 20 on the clock left. Your spy kills the enemy medic at 97%. You have full Uber ad. A minute 20 left. Why are you banner Ubering into them to waste it? Even if you wipe them, you're now at an Uberless v Uberless situation on last. Why not just let them respawn, let them walk at you, take the Uber v Uber, live in post, and then just hold the last 20 seconds normally instead of having to live a minute normally? It doesn't make sense.
That is definitely a tough call, and either way, I mean, even after the Uber, it was just the Pyro Soldier and Medic hanging out in tiles. I didn't get a chance to see were people on respawns, were they just pushed up elsewhere? What happened to everybody else during that? But as soon as you just have those three in upper, the sack wave from Yacht Club just throwing bodies and seeing what you can pick up, seeing maybe you get lucky with a trade onto the Medic and it works out for them. And I mean, this is definitely going to be a game of what could have been for somebody help, because I do not want to discredit things that that Yacht Club did. Jeebus, probably the most clutch player that they had in this one, but just mistakes for somebody help really cost them this.
Yeah. So you have to give props to Yacht Club. Even if a team like throws you a bone here or there, you still have to take advantage. You still have to play well enough to win, and they certainly did that. Prove that, yes, even though they are at near the bottom of the middle of the table, they still have a chance at playoffs. They still have like a way to win games against playoff teams. But for somebody help, that's so inexcusable to me. Your spy gets the med pick with 1:20 left, and you have full Uber, you have a banner, you pop both. You don't pop one, you pop both, and you get your players out of position trying to find kills that don't matter. Like you mentioned, you couldn't see like where they ended post. It's because Highlander's so chaotic that they end that Uber. Half their players don't know where the Uber ended. I guarantee you. Half their players are like, where are we? Where are we? Where are we grouping? Did you end up with your soldier and pyro alone and up, or your Devilman's nowhere to be found? Your heavy's still caught on the other side. Your gun's getting spammed down. It's like, okay, now we just threw our two advantages that we just got to play. I don't know if what probably is that's like a set play they do where if they have free Uber on last, they try and make some space, make some time, but that's just not a situation where you do it. You just have the advantage to work with. You just need to hold with your Uber and upper. Like, I'm gonna just be mad about that one for a while. I know I should calm down a bit, but like, that is so rough for somebody to help. And this is a team that is looking to play well in playoffs. I'll say it now: if you do things like that, you're not gonna beat the top two teams that we have here.
Yeah, no, absolutely fair point. And after the match we saw between MCM and, oh man, the name is escaping me.
Don't press tab.
Don't press tab. Thank you. Last week, yeah, that is not going to fly regardless of the map that you play them on. I mean, in terms of the stats, before we actually, they might already be up on screen, but I have to say, no matter what the stat line was, I think Jeebus is my MVP for this one. You had the clutch medic drop in the beginning of the first round, and you had there's a tough time when everyone is just on high alert. But during that last round, just continually found ways to get picks here and there, and impactful ones. Timeless was popping off, right? 32 frags, tops the server, and Jeebus was just trying to find ways to get those backstabs. Just give his team just a little bit of reprieve from the barrel of or the end of Timeless's scope. So my MVP there, but yeah, we could take a look at the stats as well.
Yeah, stats are on the screen, like you mentioned. Timeless top in the scoreboards, had a phenomenal game, and he probably would have won if he didn't get shut down by Jeebus at the end. So yeah, Jeebus finding that clutch kill really was what sent them over the edge for that last push. Blank did very well on Yacht Club. You get the cleanup. Let me check his DPM real quick. That is 280 DPM. That's pretty good for a scout, especially on payload where you're on the card half the time. So able to find all those kills, all that damage. Blank definitely did a very good job. Shout out to Figsy and Telly as well. Like, they may not have been like the most standout players, but they still had fantastic plays where they got their team's leads. Figsy catching the enemy medic in that first Uber is one of them. Telly with that 2K bomb out from the side of tunnel on second hill. So definitely Yacht Club had players that popped off enough to win the match. They're definitely a very good team. They have what it takes to take rounds and take wins. And if they're going to be on an upward trajectory, now's the time to hit it. They could still make playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially taking this with a clean 2-0. Is huge when it comes down to match points. Any subtraction from that really hurts. And you want to talk about match points hurting. The fact that somebody
2-0.
help, yeah, right. I mean, somebody help. We were talking about if they win this 2-0, this could be great for their position towards the end of it. They don't even manage to snag a match point. So that is definitely going to hurt. Back to the drawing board and figure out. What does it look like, mathematically? What do we need to do? What do we need to have happen? But it is probably going to mean playing some flawless TF2 in the later half. And like you said, they played the bottom teams already. So they have tough matches ahead. I mean, outside of anything else on the logs, I think for the most part, you said it all. Fleeble dying twice the amount of times as Bonesaw is pretty huge. It's not necessarily always the number, but it's critical moments and things like that. And again, that doesn't mean that your medic made a mistake 8 times. Sometimes it's just going to happen, and sometimes your team needed to find a way to rally around you and find a way to to block whatever incoming damage is coming your way. But that absolutely, you could feel that in multiple ways. I mean, we talked about Ubers being used as being, or Ubers used or Ubers lost, kind of being the theme of to Yacht Club's victory.
Yeah, and with the match points that we mentioned going over, somebody help. They are going to stay at the current match point they have, which they're currently in third place, but that's without counting everyone else's match points for today. I haven't checked how the results have gone quite yet, but they're still at 7.66, and things only get harder for them from here on out. They play the 3 teams at the bottom of the table at this point. They're going to need to play some harder competition going forward, so if they want playoffs, they're going to have to step up their game. Meanwhile, for Yacht Club, after this one, they're going to be on 7 match points, which puts them just outside of playoff contention right now. That said, next week they have a match versus Yi, which is our bottom team in Invite this season. They've only taken 1 round so far, I think, or 2 maybe. Either way, they haven't been doing very well. So Yacht Club, this is a chance to go back-to-back 3-0 in match points. And if they do that, they're definitely in contention for playoffs. Their final match is against Don't Press Tab, which, to put that one lightly, they're probably not getting a match point in that one. So yeah, Yacht Club, they are in contention. This is the start of their streak. They need to go 3-0 next week as well.
Yeah, and you never know. I mean, when it comes towards the end of the season, I don't want to say that Don't Press Tab necessarily would like throw or anything like that, because that's not at all what I'm saying. But if you already feel wrapped up, maybe you take things a little easier. Maybe you're not playing quite as hard, even if you're not thinking of it in a purposeful way. But you kind of loosen up a little bit. Maybe there's a way they do snag around and affect the match points, affect the standings just a little bit. So we'll look forward to see exactly how things pan out for these 2 teams, because like you said, it's always kind of rough in the middle of the pack when you're trying to find your way into the playoffs. And for both of these teams, that's exactly where they're fighting. And now it's really up in the air. Somebody could have cemented themselves already, so now they just got to continue to fight for the end of the season.
Yep, and just like that, we do have some updates on the rest of the matches this week real quick. Tab 2 overs run it back, that's expected. Yi is currently up 1-0 against Goose Lagoon, which that is our bottom table matchup for Invite right now. Neither team has secured a win, so that one could go either way. Yi might get their first win. They've certainly secured a round so far, so that's nice for them. The most surprising result we have so far, besides this match, if you count that, is Man Crush Monday versus Froggyland, which we're thinking Man Crush Monday should be pretty favored, assuming that like there should be our second place team. They're actually 1-1 with Froggyland right now, so Froggyland potentially getting an upset there. And considering that they are in the 4th place spot in playoffs right now, this match point is huge for them, especially against one of the top 2 teams. And if they could get the upset, that puts them in position to even jump Man Crush Monday if the rest of the season goes their way.
I don't know. I kind of wish I could see what was going on there. That's not a game that you would expect, like you said, Man Crush Monday to be dropping rounds on. You never know. Weird things happen, and I mean, clutch moments happen all the time. Throws happen all the time. But yeah, that could definitely really shake up the leaderboard, or I should say the positioning for playoffs, depending on how that one pans out. I don't know, any final thoughts between these teams, or the state of Invite, as it were?
Not nice ones for these teams. Just kidding, but like for Yacht Club, this is exactly what they needed. Props to them for taking advantage of what they were given tonight, and they are definitely able to make playoffs if things go their way and if they do what they need to do next week against Yi. For somebody help, this has to be a wake up call at this point. Like, you cannot be dropping 0-2 to one of the teams who you should be beating in the bottom 3 handily. It's just not a thing that you should let happen. And you could say maybe they got unlucky with the med drop at the first round, whatever. Next round, bad decisions were made. It's fine. You just have to improve on that. They aren't out of playoffs. They still have the chance to make it. It's just their schedule is a lot harder from here on out. So good luck to them. Hopefully they can learn from this, what happened tonight. And yeah, that's all I really got.
All right. Well, I mean, appreciate it, Zach. I had a lot of fun. Big shout out to Dolphin behind the scenes, taking care of business with the camera. I can't imagine, I can't fathom the amount of work that he continues to do. So big shout outs to Dolphin, big hearts. I got nothing. I got shout outs for our teams, of course, as always, for putting on a show. But that's it for me tonight.
Yeah, I think that'll be good enough to close us out here tonight. So thank you all for coming out to this match. I am Zagron, Vox Day by my side, and Dolphin behind the camera as always. Have a nice night.